Hey everybody, it's Angela, and I have a project share to do today. And this is an altered book, and it's very similar to this one that I've shown in a previous video, where I've taken the insides out and, put different pattern papers inside and sewed in the signatures. And this is following a tutorial by Marianne Kensington, so I'll put a link to her tutorial below because she did a wonderful job explaining how to do this. And so this is a Christmas gift that I've made for my father, and he has a sailboat. He built a sailboat, and he likes to go to wooden boat festivals, and he volunteers to like crew on ships and large ships and go sailing on them and stuff. So I wanted to make him a place where he could put pictures, ideas that he got, just clippings, tickets, ephemera from different shows and stuff. So anyhow, this is what I came up with. And the book was called For the Freedom of the Sea. And it was printed in the late 1800s, but it had been stored in a barn and it was in poor shape. So I wasn't too concerned about taking it apart because it was in pretty bad shape to begin with. And so I did, it looks pretty simple on here, but I did do quite a bit. I inked this. It was more of a pea green color, and I inked it with to make it a little darker, a little more forest green. And then I also went, and the spine was pretty brown from just being exposed to the sun for so long on a bookshelf, that I took a little bit of brown and brought that to the front as well. And you can see just some of the sprays that I used were like some tattered angels and stuff like that. So then the other thing I did was I stamped and embossed this gold compass, and I wanted to kind of match this, and it did pretty good matching in the color. I had to put a little bit of green ink on top of the gold to get those to match. And that was a stamp from this travel set here with a compass, and I don't know whose stamp this was originally, but I just went through my stamps. I found everything that had like a compass. This Cocoa Daisy stamp had a map of the world on it. I had another Cocoa Daisy that had a compass with a globe inside. I also had a mask from Cocoa Daisy that was in my last month's kit that had like a star map, and so I used that inside as well. And then I had a sailboat stamp, and I'll show you that as well later. This is a cleat that I had in my stash, and it was already weathered like this. Actually, I think I horked it from my dad's garage a long time ago, so I'm going to be giving it back to him. Here, Dad, here's your cleat back. So I just put that on the front, and I used a couple screws to do that, and then I colored the screws with some alcohol inks just to make them blend in a little more. Here I used one of the charms that I got from Saw Crafters, and they originally are a little more bronzy gold colored, and I just embossed mine with the same gold emboss I used for the stamp and put a little bit of green ink on them. Just to make that match in. I didn't want too much. I wanted to keep it masculine. I thought about winding fibers around here, and I just, thought it might be a little bit too much. But I did want something to kind of segue or transition from the flatness of the book, to this, so it wasn't just the two items. So anyhow, on the inside, I've got the two nuts that hold on the cleat, and I also colored them with alcohol inks to make a match in. And this gorgeous MDF compass points that I got from Saw Crafters. And that was this I showed in a previous haul. It's just MDF laser cut. But when you gold emboss it, it looks gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? If I didn't already have a book with a with this title that I wanted to keep, I would have put that right on the front because it's such a statement. And, if you had anybody, any like hiker, hunter, outdoorsman, this would make the perfect piece for the front of a mini album for them, because this is just really has a wow factor on there when you open this book up. And this paper here is from the Die Cuts with a View World Traveler collection, and I had 2 sheets of it, so I put the front of the ship, and it has a little bit of varnish, like a spot varnish on it. I put the front of the ship here, and then I used the other piece of paper and I kind of fussy cut it to put the back of the ship in the back, flyleaf. And then the interior is a lot of scraps. This is like a Tim Holtz craft paper globe. I pulled out every kind of map paper that I could, then also just scrap paper that kind of matched. Then in this one versus this one that I did, I put the die cuts at the bottom and then did a zigzag stitch around the edge like this, so that on each side it makes a pocket to put tags or pictures or whatever in. So I did that kind of throughout the book to give him some pockets. And then this book had original drawings in it, or original illustrations. So I took this illustration out of the old book and made sure to put those illustrations back in, because they were just such nice illustrations. I wanted them to be saved. I also used my Marvy or McGill tab punch on some of the scraps to make tabs. And a lot of these papers are from like the Basic Gray, the Carte Postale, or the Heidi Swap, which doesn't really have a name. It's this one. I don't know what the name of this collection is, but when you buy it at Michael's, they don't usually put the name of the collection back on there. So I used all the map papers I could from that, and pretty much any travel collection that I had that had map paper and stuff on it, or anything kind of themed like that. Again, here's another tab, another map. This one I made, I put it on the vertical and instead of on the horizontal, and did a zigzag stitch. And then I just have like a Maya Road envelope with a stamp on it. Here's another stamp on the background. Here I used the mask and just sprayed some Heidi Swap bronzer on there. More scraps, another one of my stamps, another tab. Here I put just a banner off the cutout sheet in the Heidi Swap. Here's a Project Life card probably from the craft edition. I got like a third of a kit from someone on Facebook. And then I used my die cut machine and some spellbinders to do some little banners and other little things. Got this I got from Tanya. Thank you, Tanya. And it just says your ship has come in. I just stuck it in the pocket. More of that mask. More spellbinders. A stamp that says Travelog. Here I used all my stamps, and because this paper was only single-sided, but I really loved the map on this side, so I just took my stamps and did some compasses, that sailboat stamp that I had, and the earth stamp, and then here's another illustration from the original book that I took apart. Here's another Maya Road envelope with a sailboat stamped on it, another pocket, just another one with a die cut, and just more scraps and more stamping. I'll just kind of flip through this because it's all kind of just more of the same. I did a belly band here and kind of stuck that in the side. More misting, another Project Life card, more maps. Here's a little tag inside of a pocket, and I just stapled these two together. It's a little map tag and a little Southern Travel Company tag. Little sticker that says, "Let's go sail away to a far off land." That was cute. Here's another illustration from the original book. Again, just kind of more of the same. This is a letterpress card that I got in a Cocoa Daisy kit that I thought fit well in here. This is a Spellbinders banner die. This one I just adhered on the corner to make a pocket. Some more stamping, another illustration, more misting. So I'll just kind of flip through this really quick. And then towards the back here, I saved the original intro page from the book, and it says that it was published in 1899. And so I wanted to kind of keep that with it to pay homage to the book. And then I just did some stamping on this last page and this. And I will say I did make a mistake. I left extra space here so that the tabs would be flush on the edge. But then I wanted my pages centered in the book. But I accidentally made them flush at the bottom, so I had this extra gap at the top. So I wound up putting tabs on the top too. And so now it doesn't look like it was such a mistake that there's this extra spacing up here. It just looks like I left extra spacing on the two sides and everything, so he'll never know. And so anyhow, this is the book that I made for my dad. And again, check out Marianne Kensington's tutorial for how to do the book. And I'll also put a link to Saw Crafter's store because you should really check this out. It's really gorgeous. And so if you have any guys in your family that are outdoorsmen or something, this is going to work great for you. So anyhow, that is my project, and now I'm going to continue working on the Garden Gate mini album that I got from Saw and finish that one up for my mom. So I just wanted to share that. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave them below. And thanks for watching. Bye.